On this episode of the Wild Table, we head to Little Barrier Island with the Glowbite team for day 2 of the NZ Lure Master competition. And we fish with a number of different lures, including the newly released Microflash. Wes provides us with some insider advice on just how to fish this lure, and it works a treat. So join us for a non-stop, action-packed fishing adventure. Did our first little bit of fishing, and Wes actually spotted a big old tree in the water, which is not what you want to run into with the boat, but when you see it like that floating in the water, sometimes you sort of get fish, you know, using that structure as almost like a little bit of a microclimate. So what we're going to do is we're going to cast a few jigs at it and see what's there, or if there's anything there at all.
Holy! There are so many fish. Oh my goodness, there are so many underwater fish. Get it!
Wes, what are you going to lob at it?
Something bright catches attention. Kingfish hanging around under that there as well.
Oh, there you go.
And that one just got released, which was what I was intending to do.
Okay, the name of this lure?
Microflash.
Microflash, right on. So, how do you work these? What's the magic?
So they're a really versatile little lure.
Yeah.
You can almost use it like a soft bait. It's small enough.
Yeah.
This one's 20 grams. They also do a 30 grams.
Yeah.
So you can cast it ahead of your drift, let it sink to the bottom and work it back like a soft bait.
Yeah.
The key thing is, if you can see it on the side view there, it's like a little boat.
Yeah.
It's designed and it's perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah.
So it's center weighted.
Yeah.
And it doesn't know which way to fall through the water column. So it just falls like that.
Right.
And when you watch it underwater, you'll see that that's the action of it.
Yeah.
And so that's to simulate a wounded baitfish. It's been hit by something, and it's in its death throes, and it's just kind of dropping slowly like that. So that's what we want. We want to make this thing look like a wounded baitfish. So if you're sitting on the bottom, I would be tending to sometimes just giving it little bits of action.
Yeah.
So it's lifting up, flutter, flutter, lifting up, flutter, flutter, and even maybe hitting the bottom.
Yeah.
We're out over no structure at all. We're over sand, so there's no problem about hooking the bottom at all.
So you're not going to get hooked on anything.
But then the other way of doing it is, you know, you could potentially give it quite a big lift and let it flutter down really. And then depending on where the fish are, if there's sign on the sounder showing that there's fish higher in the water column, then you might lift it, let it flutter. It's like a slow pitch action. So you're pitching it up into the water column and then letting it flutter down. Pitching it up, letting it flutter down. And you might even do a quarter turn, and the next time you might do a half turn, quarter turn. So it's working its way up through the water column like that.
So basically quite a few different ways of playing the lure.
Quite a few different ways you can do
Now,
it.
when you get a strike, because I've had a few nibbles on it before, what's the appropriate action?
That's different from a grumpy fish. With a grumpy fish, I said just wind slowly. With this thing, I would lift quite firmly to set that hook. More like a soft bait, perhaps not quite as hard as a soft bait, because we're talking a 1 bar row. That's a light gorilla hook, and that's actually one of the things that makes this lure one of the design features. We've gone for a good solid hook.
Right.
Even though that looks like a tiny lure,
notice
there's
that.
a good chance somebody will catch a kingfish on one today.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, so you want to have from that split ring through, that's got to be able to land a kingy. You know? So this can just flutter around. But we've gone for a really strong hook. There's also a little hole in there again. You can put some of your secret sauce or your Procure. You can put a fish attractant in there.
So sort of the hallmark of the Glowbite lures really is you just give it everything.
Give it everything. Give it some smell as well. Make it stink.
Nice.
It's all good.
Awesome. Hey, I'm going to fish this, and fingers crossed.
Good luck, mate.
Catch something on it. Cheers. Gotta love a guy who knows how to explain something, eh? I really appreciate that. There's nothing quite like getting the information straight from the source. And after this, of course, I drop my micro straight down to the bottom, and it does not take long at all to get hooked into some solid fish.
I just caught another fish on the caramello. I think Phil's just got one on the bright orange. So it's all going. We've got the anchovy imitation in the water as well. And oh, there's another one coming in.
Also the caramello? Yeah.
Here we go. Oh yeah, that's... Alright, here's something a little bit better on the line this time around. As I was just saying, same thing. It's just mimicking what Wes was saying and sort of just fluttering that lure above the sand, and something just smashed it. Might be...
Let's get another one on.
Yeah. And as you can see, the snapper had no qualms at all about picking these lures up. Fish after fish gets hooked up and brought to the boat. And thanks to the design of these lures, any small fish went straight back into the drink unharmed.
Another snapper on a caramello micro flash.
What?
For me personally, it was really exciting to be here and fish these lures for the first time, which hadn't even made it to market. And as you can see, the snapper were also absolutely loving them. Fish after fish were making it into the net. The grumpy lure has just kind of been sitting on the boat because everyone's been fishing the micro flash, and you know, Jesse just picked up my rod with the micro flash, and I just thought, oh, we'll just get the grumpy back in the water, and it took about, didn't even hit the bottom, to be honest. Ooh, there we go. Decent little snap. Oh, look at that. That's not bad at all. Call that not a bad fish. Here's a slightly better fish on the line. On the grumpy lure still. It's pulling quite nicely, so it could be a little king or something else. Hey, here we go. Man, I don't know why. I've been trying a bunch of other lures here, but that grumpy fish is just seems to like me. Yeah, jeez, just look at that. That's a good fish. Okay. Maybe another one for the competition. Might just win a boat.
On this boat,
Francesco, who normally likes to hide behind the camera, he's not doing that. Is he landing a fish? What are you picking it as, Francesco?
Oh, it's snapper. Head shaking. What's Phil got?
Meanwhile, Phil's got the fish on his side.
I'm getting kisses. And bar.
I just got a new camera person.
Nice.
There we go.
Turn around to the sunlight, Phil, so we can see it in all its gleaming glory.
Beauty.
And I won't drop it over the side of it.
Here's the thing: is I'm meant to be fishing a whole bunch of the other lures, Wes, but I just keep going back to the grumpy fish.
Go with what's working on the day.
It just works for me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
that's fine.
Oh no, sorry.
You're right. Push the
right,
button
mate?
on the reel
Oh shit.
to it's called retribution, I reckon.
I
didn't know you had that in you, Chesco.
Yeah. So when you're on a boat and it's moving around and you got bait knives, do be careful.
Whoopsie daisies, that's
Are you okay?
vein.
Have a little freak out.
Look how high he's going.
Extends to some people to go to.
He's on.
What have we got, Phil?
Mahi on the line.
Finally.
Oh my god, we were trying to play this guy,
These
giving him everything, and he took the grumpy.
finally. They were picking at it for 5 minutes or so.
Whoa.
Oh, don't lose it now.
I know, right? So I like here. Yes! Woo! Look at that! Dude, congratulations! Mahi!
It's not a mahi-mahi.
No, it's not a mahi-mahi.
What is that?
It's some kind of mau-mau thing. I don't know what it is.
Okay, right, we'll ignore that.
Hang on. False alarm.
But, what is it actually?
Why are they so
I
vibrant?
do not know.
I've never seen that fish
Wait, are you
before.
sure it's not a small mahi-mahi? They change colour as they get older.
Because they do.
It does look like a mahi-mahi.
It's got the head, doesn't it?
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Wow.
Google it. Google
This-
what a small mahi-mahi looks like. They're so blue.
To be honest, that's got it. No, it isn't.
It is. It's got the head.
Yeah, it does have the head, doesn't it? And it's
No
got
one
and it's got the
ever sees that
fins.
colour. They come in bright coloured.
Look at that.
Oh,
So
looking fish.
a little bit of confusion there at the moment. We think that this is a little mahi. We should probably know, but we think that this is a juvenile mahi-mahi. And either which way, we're keeping this fish. Once we're back on shore and had time to consult Dr. Google, it turns out this is an ocean blue eye.
So Mike, what are we doing right
So you can move off. I'm going to do something rude to that camera. This is a total cock up. I think it's going to involve scissors.
You just gotta love being on a boat when everyone's just hauling in fish. Right, here's a favorite of mine. This is a gurnet. Probably, after kingfish, I think these guys are probably my second favorite. Gurnet's just incredibly good eating. And just an incredible fish too. They actually have little legs that they sort of walk themselves along the bottom with, and then these stunning little wings. And also ate the grumpy lure because it was sitting right down the very bottom. But that is a good fish. Very small, but still they only need to be 25 centimeters long. So I'm just going to measure this guy, and if he's good to go, we're definitely going to take him home because that is good eating. Here we go. And he's making 25. Good. What a day on the water. I just caught a gurnet. We've been having kingies on. We've been catching bluefish that we don't even know what they are. Catching some good amounts of snapper. It's just ideal. I'm pretty close to Little Barrier Island, and we're still towing on that stump that we found, which is taken with it all these little bluefish. And it's just a blinking good day on the water. Now we're on the speed jigs. And the lure we're using for this is the Glowbite lightning rod.
It's got the same little flashing light in it, but a very erratic fall and designed for speed jigging on the way back at fishtails on the way up.
And how much do they weigh?
This one's only 180 grams.
Right.
They go up to 400, so designed for fishing in really deep water.
Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
effective today. Get back down.
Alright, Mike's just got a kingy. Also on the
What is it on again?
Mechanical jig.
It's on a
Oh,
pink.
mechanical jig.
mechanical jig.
There's other lines
He's a
going
bit
off.
green, this guy.
And the other line's going off.
Oh, this line's down off. Jesus. All happening.
Ankle down.
So we've got a baby kingfish here, caught on a Glowbite lightning rod lure. In New Zealand they've got to be 75 centimetres long to be legal, so this guy's going to get told to stay away for a couple of years, come back when you're bigger, buddy. Dropped it all the way to the bottom and wound it up pretty much as fast as I could. It's enough to get, these guys have been hanging under the boat, they just need something to get them excited.
Alright, so we spent the better part of the day at the log. We're saying goodbye to the log right now. Goodbye, log. I like that log a lot because it held fish. And we caught a whole lot of fish. The bin is full. We're going to eat. Now we're going to head to another spot and we're going to once again try to have a kingfish. Trent, it's a thing. Last hurrah, we're going to give it everything. Mike's certainly putting the elbow grease into the speed jigging.
So you can see I've hit the rocks a few times, it's gotten a bit bashed. just a little 180 gram lightning rod. One of the things I love about these is conventional mechanical jigging is all about drop it to the bottom, work it straight up vertically. But we're in fairly skinny water here, we're only in 40 metres. And so with a light little mechanical jig like this, you can cast it. And that's what I love to do, I call it horizontal jigging. You can cast it ahead of your drift and bring it back almost on a 45-degree angle. So you're making it dance like that and then stop and let it drop, make it dance again. And in some ways it's a more natural fish movement. So I'll flick it ahead a few more times and we'll see if we can hook up something now. So most people would regard it as very unconventional to take a mechanical jig and do that with it. But that's given us 15, 20 metres ahead in front of the boat. And we're into it. Better go and record this other fish too.
Come on, tell me you're on there.
Can we swim up with it? Yeah.
You got it?
I don't know, I think so.
Oh, it's going up sideways.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oi, Kahi!
Kahawai.
I'll take
Can
it.
someone go? Thank you. Oh,
Wow. Talk about top water.
and the net's just up there.
You want a gaff it or net?
Grab a net.
Okay. Grab the net, right? Leave it.
There we go, on the lightning rod. Ain't a king, but whoop.
How I saw it in half.
Good fighting Kahawai. Come on, get it. Yep,
The one.
nice. Hey, there we go. Beauty.
Cool.
Awesome.
There you go.
And that is even with my terribly poor speed jigging skills. Awesome. Right, this guy will go in the cup. Oh, you just got to really appreciate this sort of a hard fighting fish, eh? Sounds like we're sort of right amongst it. Fingers crossed someone will take home a king still. Boom. Horizontal jigging. You heard it here first. Is that on the micro?
It's on a pink lightning rod, 180 gram lightning rod.
What do you think you've got?
I think it's probably a kingfish. Just given the way it did that run. If it's a kahawai, it's definitely going on the measure board. Oh!
What height?
There we go. That is a kingfish. It has a yellow tail.
Yeehaw.
And it's a legal one. What are you thinking? There's a length.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. There you go, Kareem. One's for you.
Beauty.
Amazing.
Yeah, better make sure he is 75. He's lurking somewhere around there.
Well, you're probably not
Spot
gonna
on. If that was the last fish for the day, it was perfect. All right, hey, mate, that was a great couple of days actually. Usually it's a day, but that was a couple of days of really good fishing. Loved trialing all the different lures, loved seeing them perform, loved your explanations. It's always really awesome to have someone who knows how to deliver something in a way that you can easily understand it, and it shows that you used to be a teacher, which I think is just fantastic, and I think the viewers are going to see it the same way. Had a really good time, caught a heap of fish. The bin was full of snapper, we got gurnet, we got kahawai, we got something we don't even know what it is.
New species.
New species potentially, probably not, but you know. So yeah, I had a really good time, and basically just really want to say thanks.
Awesome. No, I appreciate it, mate. It's been so good to just be out on the boat with you guys the last 2 days. Loved your professionalism, loved the way that you're doing this, and you're doing it really well. And it's just been a joy to spend that time getting to know you and seeing you pulling in some good fish and having a great time doing it.
Awesome,
What
thanks,
it's all about.
man.
Yeah.
And of course this was also part of a competition, so we're really excited to find out, to see if any of our fish qualify for whatever, and you know, see how we go.
Might win a boat yet, mate.
Definitely.
Hey.
Do it.
Awesome.
And also a big thanks to Captain Mike. Cheers, mate.
No problems, thank you. I learned a lot. It's been a great weekend. West Coast and then East Coast. So yeah, we've covered a bit of ground.
Yeah, we really did.
But certainly the way you treat the fish, you know, and what you cooked last night and showed us there, it's absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Of course, not to forget, the youngest crew member for this journey, Dylan. Mate, to see someone at your age be so switched on and so into this lifestyle and all the stuff, it's just awesome, man.
No, it's been great. Loved it. Every moment of it. It's been awesome. Ultimate weekend of fishing.
So there you go. That's a wrap. And of course, we have a food part of this show as well. So stay tuned for that and make sure you see what I do with some of that fish. And that's that for day 2 with the Glowbite team. We had a blast and I learned a lot, and I hope you did too. And if you enjoyed it, do us a solid and like and subscribe. Plus, stay tuned for next week's episode also, where I get the chance to return the favor by providing a dangerously good dinner.